back. We are fired up. We are in the Triple Threat Challenge brought to you by Zorch Farming. And in the last episode, you guys remember I had some issues with the used purchase. But there she is. I was able to reload my game and I was able to purchase it. However, when I did reload my game, I had to uh, make a little bit more money because it was no longer a 55 price tag. It was a 67 price tag. So I went and sold all of our goods and we was able to purchase it. I actually had to sell this thing back and then buy it again to make a few dollars. And so that was quite interesting. But we're still in June. We still have one contract we can do. And since I am such a glutton for punishment, we are going to go ahead and do that spinach harvesting contract. It's probably not going to pay like I want it to pay, but we are going to attempt it anyway. So here we go. We will get in the spinach harvester and make our, not in the tractor, in the spinach harvester and make our way up to the field. It is field 149 and this thing drives slower than I can think of. A whopping 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour. We are set, ready. Not really, but here we go. Now my hope is that we'll have enough crop to sell after the fact that it will make enough money to justify doing this contract. As with all harvesting contracts, sometimes they are lucrative as the amount of harvest that you get to sell extra. So I am hoping that that is the way this one turns out. I was looking at the growth map, and I'll jump into that real quick for you. And it looks like we are going to have some fields ready tomorrow for our rye and our mustard fields. So that is really good news. So we'll have our own harvesting to do, and maybe we can get those harvested. I would like to, I don't know if upgrade is the word because it's not really an upgrade. It is an upgrade to the harvester. I would like to get the Kloss Dominator harvester. It's a little bit wider header and it holds a little bit more. But I would really like to, if it's a possibility, I would really like to add it to the fleet without having to get rid of the harvester that we have. So we'd have a second harvester just for multiplayer. 2 people can harvest, or if you're on by yourself, you could get one started with a worker and work with one on your own. But the Kloss Dominator, it holds, I believe, 7,500 liters, where ours holds, I think, 3,500, so it's almost double. I believe this is the field we need. It sure is. So I will back up over here. We're going to unfold this harvester. We're going to lower the harvester, turn the harvester on, and we will see what we can get done. So this is going to be a long and boring process. like I said, maybe we'll get enough yield off of this. It's got weeds in it. I'm not sure about the fertilization state. I'm really not sure if this is going to be a lucrative contract for us or not. But you live, you learn. Sometimes you get a good contract for harvesting, sometimes you don't. And again, you live, you learn. So we are going to go ahead and get started here. I want to pull up steering assist lines just so it makes it easier on everybody involved. We can set the cruise control and get going. And most likely we'll turn this into a time lapse, and it's going to be a long time lapse, but we will turn it into a time lapse, and we will catch you guys a little bit later in the process. Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we're 44% done with the harvest, and we are full. And our buddy Indy has graciously agreed to bring us the trailer. I'm not sure. Here he comes now. So he's driving off into the trees, off into the field. There he comes. I'm not sure how much of this harvest will fit in the trailer, but we will see. We will see what will fit in it. We're probably going to have to make a couple of trips. We can probably get Indy to make a trip or two for us. And possibly we'll have to ask him. But we will see. Looks like it'll hold more than just this load, hopefully. Maybe. Not much more. And off we go again. So Indy, I believe, is going to take that trailer for us. Not quite sure. If not, we'll haul it up there. It's not a big deal. It is our contract. We help each other with our contracts when we're on together, so I wouldn't see why he wouldn't help, but he may not. Most likely he will. I helped him do his wood transports the other day. He accepted the contract without borrowing the contract, so we had to use our flatbed trailer and super strength to load the logs on. Would have just canceled it, however, it was one of the big money $14,000 ones, and I didn't want him to cancel that out to give us a $2,800 one, so we just super strength the logs. Actually, I super strength the logs up on the trailer, and he strapped them as I put them down so that they wouldn't fall off, and we got it done. It was a little strange and a little off kilter, but we got it done and was able to cash in on that contract, so it's a good thing. I was on the thing and it said you were on the line, but it missed that little bit, and I don't understand why. There is an offset with the GPS here, and not quite sure why it's offsetting, but we'll go with it. Hopefully it'll work the way we're wanting to work. We'll just pick up the scraps as we need them, if there is scraps. So looks like we're finally going to get to 50% of this contract done. I am super hoping that the amount of contract goes up substantially when we get done with this. As a harvesting contract, you will only get to, I believe it's 70% or 80% doing all of the field work, and then you get a percentage for delivering the crop. So, and forgive me for not remembering what percentage it is. I believe it's 80%, I think. But anyway, you can get all the crop off the field and not have the contract done to a completion. So it does make it look like the amount of progress that you're making in the field doesn't quite look like it should when you're doing your contract, because there is still the delivery part of the contract that you haven't done yet. We have Indy doing our part on the delivery, so we should see that jump up whenever he gets there and delivers. Hopefully, there is a lot of productions up in that area, and I hope that he puts it in the right production. If not, we may be eating a bunch of this spinach contract to make up for it. So we'll have to see what happens. I've been known to do that before. I dump it in the wrong grate, and it sucks when it happens, but it's part of what happens when you're not 100% sure. Also, as much as I glorify this map and say how beautiful it is and how well made it is, that is one thing that I will have to agree with my buddy Brian. He said that the amount of productions in one spot on the map, he didn't really care for that. And again, when I jumped up there to the grain mill, it was super loud in our recording. And when you're in your game and you're playing your game, it's not that big a deal. But when you jump to a building and you're recording, and it blows your audience's eardrums out because of the noise of all the productions in one location, it is annoying for sure, especially for the audience. Apologize for that happening again. But the other aspect of that is all your productions in one location. Sometimes it's easy to confuse which building. Not all the time are the maps super explanatory of exactly where you have to do it. I believe we had delivered a bail contract and in an episode, and it was in a shed, and I did not see it until I was going right through by the doors. The red circle was over the entire place. Well, there was a grate there. There was a couple of doors there in the shed that had drop-off areas. So it was very kind of confusing exactly where things were supposed to go. And when you get multiple areas to drop off in, sometimes you can make a mistake and drop in the wrong area. So again, we're at 59%. Kind of hoping to see Indy drain. Yep, he's dumping right now. As you can see, the contract is jumping up. Looks like we jumped it up to 72%. So he got up there and he got unloaded, and that's a great thing. So we will do a jump cut here. We'll get the rest of this field harvested and hopefully get this contract completed up. I will jump back with you guys whenever we get to the end of this field. Welcome back, everyone. We just got the field finish wrapping up. We're gonna let Indy unload us. See what kind of grand total we can come up with. Wonder if we can ride in the tractor with him. Apparently we don't have that mod on. So that's fine. We'll skip it. We can meet him up there. So we will jump up there to the, oh, he took 140. Ah, okay. Let's make sure. Did he take? Yes, he took 140. So we will. So we're going to deliver this spinach, and he's going to start on 140. So we will deliver this up to the preserved food factory, and we will meet him at field 140. So he said that first load was up to 90% on him for what we loaded. So we got to go find this preserved food factory. And again, it's going to be loud when we get up there, so I apologize ahead of time. I'll try to stay zoomed out to where I'm not going to be bothersome. Stay out of our flax field, Indy. Seriously, stay out of our flax field, Indy. Ah, he did good. He did good. Now I got to stay out of our flax field. Okay. And we're off to the races. Yes, flax field. We purchased this flax field April, I think. I don't remember. It was a withered flax, and we plowed it and replanted flax, and I believe it was 39,000, maybe something along those lines. It's a little bit away from the farm, but it's one of our required fields, and it was something that we was able to get a hold of and do something with. So let's pull up the map here real quick. I'm not exactly sure where all the productions are, so we need to go straight here. I knew they were all at the north side of the map, but I didn't know exactly where. So we will run up here. We'll make our money. And since he's using this equipment, I can't really turn in the contract just yet. So I'll probably not be able to show you guys finishing the contract or completing the contract to return the equipment. But we will get that done, get this delivered, see how much harvest income we make off of it, take it back to Indy, help him get that contract done, and then we can complete those contracts and get our contract income for that way. So we'll turn in here. A lot of places. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like circles over here. There is a lot of places in here. So I'm going to guess this is it. It will allow us to dump the Excuse me, sir, is this a preserved food factory? Because we got a load of spinach we need to drop. Preserved food factory. No, we're not going to buy you. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So we're going to dump this. We'll see how much harvest income we get out of it. Probably not much. And we did not get any because Indy is doing that other contract, so it just added to his. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Well, gang, I pretty much showed you that for absolutely no reason at all, because Indy's doing a harvest contract with this equipment, and basically we just helped his, and we won't know total until he got back, till he gets his contract done and we get it dumped. So we're going to go ahead and get this tractor back to Indy, and then we'll have to leave the episode. Uh, Hopefully we'll be able to get back in uh, to our July, and in July I believe we'll have our own fields to harvest and try to turn them over, and we can continue on with our triple threat. Um, we should have a rye field and a maybe a couple of rye fields and a mustard field to harvest. So it'd be nice if we can get all three of us on and, cart, get a harvester going, get a cart going, and then possibly get somebody on a plow. We have a second tractor now, so it should be a lot easier to get get a few of us busier, I should say, with keeping us all going. So maybe we can get that worked in. We will have to see what we can get accomplished. We got a turn up here. Right here's our road at this tree. And again, I hit another tree. I am so good at hitting those little trees. Map makers, do me a favor. See that map, that tree right there? Eliminate them from the map. There's no point in having them. They are worthless to cut for wood. They look like crap on a map. Just please get rid of them. There's no point in having them. All they are is a big eyesore and a hassle to deal with. So we're going to leave the episode here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you back for the next episode of the Triple Threat Challenge. Until then, I hope everyone has a great day. Hi, I'm Gasoline Billy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, we can jump to our next adventure.